Hello students, this is Professor here, and we are starting with for class 9 we are starting with chapter 2, that is polynomials. Okay, to start this chapter we first need to know what is algebraic expression. Okay, algebraic expression we have already studied in class 8 also. I think that will not be a new thing to you. Okay, so you know what is algebraic expression. Algebraic expression means a combination of constant and variables. So firstly, what is constant? So constant, as the word indicates, the value of it never changes. For example, 5. Okay, 5. The value of 5 is 5 only, isn't it? So it will not change. Okay, 5 means 5. 5 cannot be equal to 6, 7, 8. But what do you mean by variable? Variable means its value depends. Okay, for example, if I write simply x, so x can be anything. X can be anything. You can assign any value to x. Okay, for example, I can give x a value of 1. X can be 1. X can be 2. X can be 3. X can be 4 by 5, and so on. Okay, so x can be anything. So such are called variables. Okay, so the variables are those whose value is not fixed. Okay, so it can take of any value. So this is algebraic this is about constant and variable. So the combination of constant and, for example, 5x. So this is the algebraic expression having both constant and variable. Suppose I can write 5x plus y also. Here y is also variable. The value of y can be anything. Okay, so this is constant, this is variable, this is variable, and the combination of constant and variable is called the algebraic expression. So this is the algebraic expression. So algebraic expression can be like this also: x to the power 3 minus y to the power 2 by 5. So this is also the algebraic expression. So now here, what is important is, because we are studying the chapter polynomial, okay, so it is slightly different from algebraic expression. Okay, though it is an algebraic expression, but algebraic expression, polynomial is an algebraic expression with certain limitation. Okay, so it has certain limit. For example, if I write 5x cube plus 2x square plus y, so this is also a polynomial. It is a polynomial in two variables, isn't it? How many variables are here? 2. What are the variables? X and y. Don't see the powers, only see the alphabet. X and y. X cube and x square are not two different variables. Okay. Okay. X is one variable, y is another variable. So there are two variables. So this is the algebraic expression with two variables. So I can call it as a polynomial. Okay, this is a polynomial. Why I am explaining it to you now. Okay, for example, I will give you this algebraic. This is an algebraic expression, but I will say this is not a polynomial. Understood? This is not a polynomial. Why? Because here you can see the power. The power here is 3. No problem with that. But here, what is the power? 2 upon 5. That is in fraction. Okay, so this is not a polynomial, because in case of polynomial the power should not be in fraction. Did you understand? The power should not be in fraction. So this is the polynomial. Why? None of the power is in fraction, because it is 3, it is 2, it is 1. If there is nothing written in the power, it is 1. Okay, so now let me proceed to the next example. For example, if I say x plus 1 by x, so this is the algebraic expression. Okay, because it has variable and constant, no problem. But let me tell you, this is not a polynomial. Okay, so you can think why it is not a polynomial. Okay, so this is not a polynomial because, see here, what is the power of x? 1, isn't it? Because there is nothing, so it is 1. Here, what is the power of x? Because x is in the denominator, right? So in this case, I will write like as I explained it to you in the previous chapter in the laws of exponent, if I try to bring this x up in the numerator, so x, what will happen? Its power will change the sign. The power here was 1, so it will become minus 1. So here this expression can be written as x plus x to the power minus 1. Okay, so in this case you can see the power here is 1, but here the power is minus 1. That is, the power is in negative. Okay, so that is why this algebraic expression is not a polynomial. Okay, so what is important here is, so what I have written here, polynomial should have non-negative integral power. So what do you mean by this? So the power, all the powers of the variable should be non-negative integral. So what do you mean by this? Non-negative means above 0, including 0. Okay, so greater than equals to 0. It can be 0. Okay, non-negative integral. What do you mean by integral? Integral means integer simply. Non-negative integer means 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. Okay, so this should be the powers. The power cannot be in fraction like 1 by 2. No, not acceptable. Okay, so the algebraic expression having non-negative integral power is called a polynomial. So this is the difference between algebraic expression and a polynomial. Understood? So this is the I should say the base of this chapter. Okay, so this is the concept of this chapter. So after having the concept of polynomial, so polynomial are of different types. Okay, you can say monomial, binomial, trinomial, polynomial. Okay, so before that I should say this 5x plus 4. Okay, so this is the polynomial, isn't it? Okay, so here why it is a polynomial? Because the variable is here and the variable is x and the power is 1, so it is in integral power, so no problem. Okay, so this is a polynomial. So this is the polynomial in one variable. So what do you mean by this? Because how many variables are there? There is only one variable, that is x. If I write 5x plus 3y, so this will be the polynomial in two variables. So what are the variables? Variables are x and y. Okay, if I write 5x plus 8y minus z, so what is this? This is also a polynomial, but this is the polynomial in three variables. Okay, so you can say it like this. If there are 4 variables, then it will be polynomial in 4 variables. Okay, so this is one thing. Next, now I hope you have heard about the word monomial, binomial and trinomial. So what do you mean by this? This is polynomial having one term, that is only one term. This is polynomial having two terms, and this is polynomial having 3 terms. So monomial is a polynomial having one term, binomial is polynomial having 2 terms, and trinomial is polynomial having 3 terms. So how will you separate the terms? For example, if I write 5xy plus 3z, so this is a polynomial, and it is a polynomial in how many variables? 3 variables. What are the variables here? X, y and z. Okay, so this is a polynomial in 3 variables, but we are not concerned about how many variables, we are concerned about how many terms. So polynomial with only one term is called monomial, with 2 terms, binomial with 3 terms, trinomial. So how many terms are there in this polynomial? The term is always separated by either a plus sign or minus sign. So how many terms are there? So this plus is separating these two terms, isn't it? So how many terms are there? 1 and 2. So two terms. So this is what? Binomial. If I say 5xyz, okay, so how many terms are there? Okay, so I have seen many students making mistake in this type of question, as they say 1, 2, 3 variables, so 3 terms, they're writing trinomial. But no, this is not a trinomial. In fact, this is a monomial. Why? Because there is no signs of plus and minus separating any of these variables. Okay, there is only one term. This is a whole one term, because in between there is no plus or minus sign. There is 5xyz at all. Okay, all along there is only one term. So this is a monomial. 3x plus 2y minus z. So how many terms are there? So this plus sign is separating these two, so already 2 terms, and this minus sign is separating these two, so total of 1, 2 and 3 terms. So this is trinomial. Okay, so these are the examples of monomial, binomial and trinomial. Okay.